Big sexy world travelers, Christmas is coming and so am I. Wait, that joke stopped being funny sometime in the 90s. But this is Judgmentalist, your co-host here on Big Sexy Digital Nomad. We are going to talk about the holidays in Spain as folks seem to be gearing up as crazily there as they do here in the States. Yeah, that's right. We've got Christmas decorations out the moment that Halloween is over, it sounds like. And we're going to hear about it first here from your pal, my pal, Big Sexy. What's happening, my friend?
What's happening? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this is hitting your ear holes, I hope that it is good. That is right. I there every now and then there are reminders that I'm not living in the U.S. anymore, and things that we take for granted in America. You don't realize you take it for granted until you come to another country and it's different. So there is no Thanksgiving here, not in
Right,
the
because
traditional
obviously
sense.
the European pilgrims didn't go to Spain to take over
Right.
Native American
Spanish folks.
land. That
Right.
tracks.
Right. And so, so we don't, it's not celebrated like it's celebrated in the US. You don't really think about it until you start asking questions of the friends. What you guys doing for Thanksgiving? We don't do anything for Thanksgiving. That's not a thing here. Oh, right. Right. But there are enough American digital nomads that we actually do have plans, at least for Thanksgiving. We're going to have a Friendsgiving get together. Um, and because of that, because they don't have the Thanksgiving, like right after like November 3rd, they get ready for Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas, I've been told, is a really big deal here in Spain. So I'm really looking forward to experiencing that. Like I've been going to Malaga Center, and they set up, like they have a giant metal tree that's going to be lit up, and they have all these large gold sparkling towers down the main thoroughfare. So I'm looking forward to that. There's a lighting ceremony, I think, on November 24th. So Big Sexy World Travelers, be on the lookout for those videos and that content there. I'll be recording my experiences while I'm there, if I remember to record, because usually I'm of the age of, I don't necessarily record my experiences as much as I experience them. You know what I mean? Um, so I'll be touching in on that and uh, experiencing that. You. Speaking of which, do you have any plans for the holidays?
Well, the holidays are going to be a little. I mean, we're going to get together, but mostly, I mean, fast forwarding to Christmas is going to be somewhat subdued because on the 28th, we're on our way onto that Disney cruise, um, which
So you got
constantly reminds me that because I'm in the same mindset you are of experiencing experiences more so than recording them.
right,
So wanting to grab content, especially not just for us, but also for Billy at Cruise Habit on that cruise, needs to be a conscious effort that I make.
right,
And I know that when I chatted with him initially, I said, "Look, understand, I'm going to check back in with you a couple weeks before this, just so that I basically am on the same page with the type of content that you want, and basically walk into that trip with almost like a checklist of get these things, make sure that you're running content on whatever. Otherwise, I won't do it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna because the other two cruises that I went on, for the most part, my phone stayed in the room. What do I need the phone for? Uh, and obviously 2023 into 2024, which this trip will be, our phone is our camera for the most part.
right.
So, yeah.
And now the good news, like I often have my phone with me. One, because I'm always talking to folks, but I'm also a big selfie kind of guy. Like I love taking pictures with the people that I meet, and like marking that type of experience on the trip. But like I got to remember to have my camera out. I've always been this person like, "Oh, why are you putting your camera out during this concert? Stop! You're here. Live it,
Yeah.
remember it, but I get it. I understand that the concept of, yeah, I want to share it. I want people to, experience what I can experience for folks who aren't here. So that's what I'm also doing now. I'm providing. I am your Malaga reporter. I am your eyes and ears into the life of trying to live in Spain, and I need to adopt that role and do that as expertly and fluently and continually as possible, all the while not worry about being an old ass fucker who doesn't record his entire life.
It's
Yeah.
almost like I feel like, and I think I see some content creators doing this, or at least I think in my mind that I do. Um, Something that Bernardo and I did this past weekend at a show that we had down at Cult Classic Brewing, which was awesome, is have a camera crew. You almost need a camera crew if you're going to do it, which who the hell's got, you know, the
Yeah.
desire to do that on a regular basis? I mean, you've got to be big time in it on the content creation scene to make that happen.
Right.
Like this was
Yeah.
a one off. We linked up with a guy who actually happened to be here in Maryland, and within like 20 minutes probably of the venue we were performing at, the guy actually originally reached out to me via LinkedIn trying to have me do video work, or him do video work for my law firm. And I'm like, bruh, I'm not interested in that. But let's talk about this. Um, I am busier than I care to be in the law practice.
Right.
And the last thing I want to do is get more aggressive with my marketing. Now, I don't stop marketing, even though I want to be less busy, because in my profession, I have the ability to shop that stuff out to other attorneys
Right.
and get what I like to call mailbox money. But I certainly don't want to be aggressive about it, because then that just creates a logjam, even in the referral business side of
Right.
things.
Yeah. Now,
But
the
yeah,
cool thing, I met a photographer last night at one of the Wine Wednesdays. They got no record on Thursday, so I went to one of the Wine Whispers and met a photographer from Latvia who I'm going to chat with and talk about his business. I've been meeting a lot of photographers recently, so something said, okay, I mean, they need to start doing some photo shoots, I guess, because the university is putting all these photographers in my pathway. So hopefully we'll get some really cool photo. Because I forget to record it. I do. I don't remember. Like I purposely do my daily walkabouts and do that video really quick and take a daily beach pic. Just so I remember to create content.
yeah,
you know. I will get through the day and be like, "Oh shit, I forgot to record." God, okay, let me go walk the dog real quick and use that opportunity to record video while I'm out, and for the content, just for to continue posting, so I can get so that the algorithm will start boosting our post up, into other people's feeds, so that we get more eyes and ears on the shenanigans and bullshit that we're doing.
for sure, for sure. Man, I'll tell you though, because I am in the process of cleaning up my YouTube channel. And when I say cleaning it up, I basically, yeah, um, bootstrapping everything. You know what I mean? Like when I
Right.
first started doing video stuff for Elks and Magic, it was always on my YouTube channel.
Right.
And then the more and more that Bernardo got involved in Elkton Magic, the more he's like, we need to do a separate Elkton Magic channel. I'm like, okay, great. So now I'm kind of taking the Judgmentalist YouTube channel back over and really cleaning out and by cleaning out, I just mean we're making everything unlisted. So if there's
Right.
links to stuff out there, people can still see them. I'm not jacking up the internet. Not that a
Right.
whole lot of people have that stuff embedded places, but some for sure. um, and making it all judgmentalist, between two minds, hypnosis
Right.
stuff. And I'm in doing so seeing the progression of the cameras that we used and have used over time. And a couple months ago, I guess it was probably in August sometime, after one of the shows that went very, very well and made us realize that, hey, we've got a thing here. Bernardo's like, hey, it'd be nice eventually if we had such and such a camera. And I'm not intentionally hiding the name of the camera. I just don't know what it is. Um, let's be real. But a nicer camera
See,
because
but if they were a sponsor, we would remember.
I would have it written down somewhere if they were a
Right.
sponsor. Look, I
Exactly.
know it's Sony. I'll tell you that. But that's all I know, other than going through my Amazon history. But so we have this camera system. It was the camera system we were using for Elkton Magic, and in up lighting, it's fine. That camera system's great. But when the lights go down and when it's a little bit darker, the camera system's not fantastic. So there's like haziness and everything, which you probably have seen in our older promo videos. But if you watch some of the stuff that we have now, it's like
It's crisp.
ridiculous and in low light. So, and it was funny because it was one of those things where you sometimes don't realize, but then get to be reminded of what privilege really can be. The ability, having an established career, having cash flow, having all of those things, and trying to start this new thing. You really, without that, and I'm not telling people, hey, go start a career, make a bunch of money, have consistent cash flow, and then start doing what you love. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is that me doing that in that order have given me the tremendous advantage of having somebody like Bernardo being like, hey, one day we need to get this. I'm like, that one day should be
Now.
within 2 days of you sending me the Amazon link. Um,
Right.
and then, it'll be here on Tuesday. And, the rationale to me wasn't, I have, cash flow. I can flit around and throw money around. It was, okay, I'm not going to spend significant money here. I'm going to invest significant money here. The
Right.
ability for this camera to just drastically upgrade the output. Why did we get on this tangent? I don't know. But we're
Talking about
talking
photo
about
shoots and photographers. Yeah,
photo
yeah.
shoots and content creation,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. We're talking about
There's a
content
reason.
creation.
Um, but like this thing pays for itself in just a handful of gigs. And if the promo videos that we put together make the gigs easier to get, because a lot of times that 30, 60, 3-minute clip is what you're judged on. You're not, nobody's watching our whole show to say, do we want this? Because who the fuck has time for that? Because our show is 90 minutes long.
Right.
People are deciding whether they're interested in talking to us within the first 30 seconds to 3 minutes.
Right.
So, you know, that's kind of that's the whole thing, and
Right.
it's wild though, the difference that those cameras make. And I'm just kind of reliving this in cleaning up the old content. And some of the stuff is, I have a newer, but I'm certainly not the guy that runs out and gets the newest phone. But I've got,
Right.
I think my iPhone might be 12 or 13 when 15 is out. So I'm not like, I saw some post somewhere on social media about somebody feeling like they were being hacked because somebody was trying to log into their device from an iPhone 7. And I'm like, is there a time traveler from 2010 trying to hack your shit?
Right.
Like,
It must be
yeah,
untraceable because that shit is so old.
yeah.
But I'm also not
Um,
an iPhone guy. I'm an
I
Android
was
dude.
going to say,
So
is the guy trying to hack your account in a phone booth somewhere?
is his modem a dial-up? Does it have the noise? Yeah, I'm also, I'm on the other side of that. I'm very much the, okay, we got to map that out and budget and plan that out for a while from now. because I never had the massive career that built up a nice big fat bank account and that I was able to be like, okay, I want this now. Now it hasn't ever stopped me from wanting it now. But it does on this side of it does make you, you know, prioritize and be like, okay, all right, so this money that's coming in now is going to go for rent and bills. This money is going to go for gas and food. And then maybe on the next paycheck, I'll have a little left over that I can grab that one thing that I absolutely need. And I'll wait, I'll map out the other stuff that I want later. And then, you know, you start purchasing things when it becomes a need as opposed to just a want. But I am, of course, always hopeful that some idea. Because this is the thing about being a creative is you hope for that one thing you create to blow up and get you, you know, maybe not super uber wealthy, which would be nice, but you know, at least have a financial standing so that you can get everything better. Like you know, I think about this podcast, right? I think that you know, right now I have a pretty cool mic. I have my laptop, right, and we have this program that we're using, and this ring light that is lighting my face. Right. So I have this little bit of equipment here, but my mind is always, how can I make this stuff better? How can I make this better? Okay, so I know this will make this better, but I need to get I figure out how to get that sent here, and okay, can I budget for that, and how much did that go? You know, um, and then the dream, of course, is that we reach enough listeners and followers and subscribers that an actual amount of income starts rolling in, and then it can just build upon itself, right? So that
Right.
there is money flowing in. You take that money, you upgrade your equipment, and that gets better content, which makes you get more people, more listeners. Um, More followers, and then that in turn builds that income more and more. So you kind of want it to have that snowball effect and build that. So that's kind of what I'm hoping, you know, to be able to do with this instead of, you know, funding everything from our own pockets, because right now our pockets are thin because we're living in Spain and we're trying to get this Spanish visa, and so we're having to do all the work for that. Yeah.
It's always a journey.
It is. It
Uh,
absolutely is a journey. It absolutely. But you know what? Uh
and I mean, even and here's the thing, like the mindset is the same because I will tell you that sure, I busted my ass and I created success in my primary career, but I grew up with next to nothing.
right.
So I still maintained that same sort of mindset. Like it wasn't like, "Ooh, this is a cool camera. Wouldn't it be cool to have? Let's go get it." Like there was a deliberate process of this camera for this reason and it's going to elevate and pay for itself in this way, you
Right.
know. So otherwise
Yeah,
I'd have
I think that's why
I
the universe has always made me kept me where where it's at, because I would buy stupid shit willy nilly
because otherwise, you know, I'd
to
be
run that
running
shit in.
around with potentially having like a full stage rig and smoke machines and like a projector that
Right.
comes from behind a backdrop and all this other shit that really I don't have those things because there's not a rationale for it.
Would you
Would
buy a
they
blue sequin jacket?
no, no.
Or you wouldn't even have a blue sequin suit, as it
No,
were,
but
for
I did actually the last time I was in Vegas, I spent some time with Kevin Lapine, who I want to shout actually, you know, good segue.
Ooh, perfect segue.
Um yeah, Kevin Lapine, who for anybody who does not know, is a hypnotist and Las Vegas headliner at the Four Queens for the past 13 years. He is who taught me hypnosis and stage hypnosis. In fact, if you have seen my show, whether it be from video or in person, and then you go to see Kevin's show, you're going to be like, wait, I've seen a lot of these bits before because you have. All right. I'm
Right.
at the point in my career where not everything, but a lot of what I do on stage is based on what he taught me. And there's an ongoing evolution to that. But
Of course.
he last time I was in Vegas, he took me out to some places to just kind of, you know, help me find some clothing that would be better for stage, for better for the hypnosis side of things. Because, and I don't know why, because I don't understand every element of everything in what I'm doing yet. But there's obviously this kind of like trippy vibe to some of the stuff that he wears on stage, and now I have some stuff that fits that. Now
Nice.
I still don't not wear that bright blue jacket on
Man,
stage.
that's becoming your signature. That's
That
kind of
is
what
my
that
signature.
is who
That is
you
my
are.
go-to.
Yeah.
But the
You
shirts
need
that
a
I'm
between
wearing,
two minds tie.
I'm not
Like,
gonna wear a tie on stage.
oh, fair, fair. Okay, fair.
Um,
Yeah, yeah. As I think now back to all the video, you don't wear a tie on stage.
and then the funny thing is it's like, as an attorney and a professional asterisk, um, anybody that's been listening to enough of these, this is episode 60, dude.
Six
Um,
zero, son.
60. Anybody who's been listening to this knows that of all of the descriptive words that you're going to tack on to me, professional's not at the top of the list. Probably not top 10. Do I have a profession that is considered to be professional? Sure.
Sure you do.
Am I me? All day. Um, but, I feel a little dressed down when I'm on stage. This
And
upcoming,
wait, you feel dressed down in that blazer?
correct.
Okay, all right.
However, and again, it just, because there's no tie, I'm not wearing a matching. I'm just wearing basically at the level. It's not denim, but it's basically a jeans style pants.
Right.
They're more casual than something formal. I'm not wearing a full suit.
I think as I look back, the blazer that you sport is the most quote unquote professional item of clothing that you have on.
Right.
Yeah, because
Um,
underneath that's like a little button down shirt usually that's just chilling, and then
yeah.
yeah, casual pants, right?
And with my fat ass, halfway through the show, it's untucked and flying all over the place.
Right.
Fat boy problems. It is what it is. So I'm going to see another stage hypnotist perform this upcoming weekend. And I was watching some video clips of this guy, and he's legit wearing jeans, tennis shoes, and a button down shirt. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I
Casual.
could get away with that. I'm not
You can
going
be
to,
comfortable. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because the blue jacket's becoming signature. In fact, it's
Right.
becoming so signature for me that I now have, from the same company, a blue blazer that is not as bright. It's like a more of a like a linen flat color blue.
Okay.
Um, and anytime that I am the MC for an event, I now wear that.
Oh, interesting. So you
Basically,
got two different blue blazers
the
that
bright one says
showcase
I'm the
your
performer today.
right. That
The
showcase your
the
role
the the
in the show.
moderate dulled down one says, "Hey, I'm here. I'm still me, but don't pay attention to me.
But I'm an MC. Yeah.
I'm just guiding the ship here."
I'm just your
Um,
guide.
yeah, so it's a deliberate choice there. But I did get a funky jacket that I'm actually hopefully finding time to take to the tailor today. It's a little too small for me in the shoulders, and I'm hoping that they're able to take it out. I
Nice.
got it. It's got flamingo. It's black and silver, and it's got flamingos all over it. It's wild as fuck.
Okay.
And I got it at a price that was low enough that I was willing to roll the dice that when I get back home, somebody's going to be able to take it out, because I've got broad shoulders.
Right.
So,
Same.
and no matter how much I decide to go to the gym or run or whatever, eat right, or things that I'm not going to do consistently, uh,
That's me all day.
in an ideal perfect world, I'm not trimming down. I'll trim down my gut, asterisk, but not my shoulders. My
Right.
shoulders are my shoulders. They're not going anywhere.
Right.
So,
You're also not doing anything to bulk them up, and you're not in
but I
the
think I've
gym
got
pumping
this.
iron.
Yeah, this full suit for like fucking $30. So,
Isn't that wonderful when you find this amazing outfit for really super cheap?
yeah.
I think.
And
We talked about that. We talked about this when I went to the Magic Castle. That I wanted to wear this all white outfit or cream colored outfit that I got that included like the jacket, the vest,
yeah,
the
yeah.
pants, the shirt, right? I got the whole outfit for like $30, $40. And it
Yeah.
was a whole fucking outfit. And I went, okay, I don't know if this fits. It looks like it's my size. Now it's too big for me. Shout out to walking around a whole bunch. But I still, care enough that I'm, eventually gonna get it, tailored. Now that's a goal, right? Now circling back to making the money. Now I want to make enough money to have that suit tailored to fit me properly, so that when we go to the next, podcast award show and we're nominated for being the number one time travel podcast where the host is living abroad. The number one,
60 episodes, and this is the funniest joke.
yeah, we're nominated for the number one digital nomad podcast whose host name is Big Sexy. It'll be a very niche nomination, but we'll be a shoe-in for it. I'm definitely
Yes.
wearing that suit, and you're gonna wear your black with the flamingos all over it, and we're gonna hit that red carpet looking fly.
I'll report back next week because I'm literally, after we get done recording, I think I'm hopping in the car and going down the street to say, hey, can you fix this for me?
Nice.
And I have high hopes for it. And, it's because I love it. And it's like, it'd be great to give me an excuse where I feel justified in wearing not that blue jacket. Not that I'm trying to run away from that blue jacket,
No,
but
no, no.
at some
Options.
point in time, I will find the rationale. Just like I've got the light and the bright blue, and there's a place for each.
Right.
I will figure out what the place for the flamingo jacket is, if and only if I actually get it tailored and brought those shoulders out,
Right.
which would be fantastic. So anyway, circling back around to the segue that never was, Kevin Lapine. Now,
Right.
this was not a segue into my boy took me shopping. This was a segue into him recently, a week ago, on the day that this podcast drops, published a book. Well, published a book. It is not a book specifically on hypnosis. So if you're looking at this and listening to this and being like, well, I don't really want to learn hypnosis, it's not that. It's called Deep Into My Eyes, From Victim to Vegas Headliner. It
Oh, wow.
is, it's basically a life story through his journey.
Our boy wrote a memoir.
Yeah, basically from growing up. How does a child from Detroit who was adopted, bullied, and abused manage to become a headliner in Vegas? Despite facing depression, suicidal thoughts, abuse, addiction, Kevin refused to give up. Through his journey, he discovered the importance of finding support and belonging in communities that embraced him and helped him heal. His journey has not only transformed his own life, but it has also empowered others to find the strength to overcome their own struggles. If for no other reason, a favor to me, hop onto Amazon, find that book, purchase a copy of that book right now. And we're recording this a day after its release. It is the number one new release in hypnosis self-help books on Amazon. It is the number 4 overall in hypnosis self-help. Full disclosure, I have no fucking clue what the time frame for them determining this stuff is.
Right.
And it is also climbing in the rankings on overall bestsellers in books.
Nice.
It,
And
it, it
I'll
would,
put the Amazon link in the summary
yeah.
of this episode, so you don't have to try to figure out how to spell whatever.
And
Just
I will
scroll
send
down
you,
and find the link.
and I will send you, in the chat, the link to it, because nope, that's not how to use the chat here. Just so that I'm sending you the American link for those in the States, because I'm assuming that
Oh, I still get American.
okay. Well,
I use VPN. So VPN. As
oh,
far
okay,
as my
cool.
computer knows, I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, wonderful. So yeah, it's I don't have mine yet because I just ordered it when it came out. Knowing him and knowing how much of a quality human he is, and I don't know the whole backstory. I don't know his entire journey. I know bits and pieces from spending time with him, but I'm really looking forward to it. I suspect that it's going to be a great book. Again, if for no other reason, even if you are just just buying the book is a favor to me. No benefit directly to me, but just because it's something that I want to put out into this world and help him. He's helped me succeed. I mean, I would not be doing stage hypnosis right now, which I feel like I'm living my best life when I'm up on stage doing that, if it weren't for him. Um, so to me, it's kind of paying him back for helping me find something that I love.
We need to get
Um,
Kevin. We need to get Kevin as a guest on the podcast.
yeah, we should be able to do that, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, logistically, we'll sort that out because he's in Vegas, so that
Tom,
puts
I mean,
him.
it puts him 9 hours away from us, which just means we're doing a late recording.
Yeah, yeah.
Whenever he's free, because if it's the good news is if it's morning for him, it's early afternoon for you, and it's late afternoon for me.
Right.
So
So, yeah,
that
so it's
actually
not the
works
end of the world.
nice. Right.
But yeah, I mean, even if you buy the book and give it as a gift, or like I bought a quantifiable number of books that is greater than one, with full intention to gift some of them and to drop some of them in those like book libraries that are out in the wild, take a book, leave a book sort of things. I figure why
Nice.
not put something that's positive and motivational into one of those boxes.
Now it's funny. Before coming out here and doing all this travel out in the world, I of course hear about stuff, whatever, and books and things of that nature. It has never been in the past 6 months. I have never wanted to buy more books, in particular, than I have since I started this journey. And before when if I was back in the U.S., I just swing by a bookstore or hop on Amazon and order them. So now it's like, okay, I got to buy the book, but I got to figure out how to pay for shipping. And then do I want the hard copy here? I might as well just get digital copy, but I don't like reading digital books. Like I have to do that mental gymnastics all the time now. There's so many books out that people that I love who are dropping, books to buy that I'm having to do those mental gymnastics. I mean, we got Penn's book, we got Piff's book, we got Harrison Greenbaum's book, Kevin Lepine's book. You know, so many books to buy. Maybe we should start like a big sexy digital nomad book club and invite people to talk about the books that they're reading abroad. Probably not that.
No, well, I would not recommend, from experience, starting a book club in the traditional sense of, hey, we collectively are going to start reading book
Oh
X,
God,
and
no.
and then we're going to report back on it in a month. Because
No,
I'll tell you right now, in the podcast format, with a sample set of one, that doesn't work.
no, no.
I was on a
I can tell
podcast.
you, I can give you a sample set of two. That does not that does not work. I
That's
am not.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
When
I am.
I was doing Air Quote Law Pod, shout out to an old podcast that one of the three folks that were involved in it is trying to make it
I think
relive,
again.
and one of them is totally out because of life, which is kind of why that unraveling is why that podcast kind of went away. Um, and maybe I'm reluctantly willing to participate in its rebirth, although I don't know that it's going to happen.
I like
Um,
one's a yes, one's a no, and you're a maybe.
yeah, I'm a okay. If you make it easy for me,
Right?
like
Can I
this
just
is
show up, talk a little bit, and go away?
right. Like this, I mean, to compare and contrast, this podcast is
Right.
something that I'm willing to make time for.
Yes.
I'm in my, I'm in my office early because it makes it conflict with my day to day a little less. It works even better on your schedule. So
I'll
those are
also
kind of,
say I will also compliment you on your microphone setup. Like I'm looking at it here in this video. If you want to check out the video, be sure to go to our Patreon. It's a very you got the arm and the microphone with the
yeah,
cord in it plugged into
like
a special.
it's real and it's a nice mic. Like it's that
Yeah,
same kind of mindset. And it wasn't just like, let me go buy the most expensive thing. I did some research,
right.
and it's running into one of these little pod track devices that would, if I were in your seat, I'd be able to take this out and about and interview people and have it all record onto an SD card and all that stuff. That I'm not in it. Well, I guess I could take this with me
You could,
when I'm on the
no,
road doing
you're
shows.
going to take that with you.
Yeah, this is like the
Uh,
fucking camera, Big Sexy. Like, you know, we old. We're not in
we, we,
content creator mindsets
we,
default.
we
Okay,
have to change the way we operate
it has to go on the
to be
list, is what you're
viable.
saying.
Right. We have to change the way we operate to be viable in this new content creation world that
You know,
we
I
are
could
in.
do it because not just because, if we say that we're going to do something and then make the efforts to do it, then we can do it. But in in the past 6 or so months, in this transition from doing, stage magic and mentalism, mostly mentalism, into hypnosis, the biggest mind fuck for me is getting prepped to walk out the door with almost nothing.
Right.
Like, my prep is I've got a microphone that I prefer with a receiver and transmitter that allow it to hook up into any XLR system and be a wireless mic, even though it's not.
Right.
Um, a handful of pendulums that I use for the pendulum routine in the opener. That's not part of hypnosis, but it's kind of part of explaining how the subconscious mind works. And a stack of cocktail napkins.
Right.
That's it. That's my show.
Yeah.
So walking out the door, there's always this fuck, am I forgetting something? And then I have to remind myself, bro, there's not anything to forget anymore, because even worst case scenario, you're going to get to the venue and be like, oh, fuck, where are my napkins? Hey, establishment that serves cocktails, do
I
you have
need cocktail
cocktail
napkins.
napkins? Yes. The only risk I run into in that world is they might not be white. And guess what? It doesn't matter, because
Right.
to the 6 or 8 people that are sitting up on stage, they're going to be green soon, no matter what color they are.
Exactly. No matter what color. Yeah.
So,
Right.
it's really like so I haven't gotten used to that yet,
Right.
and I've done numerous shows, and I still haven't gotten used to that. Something's missing. Something I'm forgetting. Something I need to
Look,
bring something out the door.
there have been countless times when I've been out and about in this digital nomad life, hanging out with folks, sitting down over a friend's house or whatever, going, damn it, I should have brought my microphone. This would be great to record. Which is why, like I said, up at the top of the list of the little lapel mics, right? Those are the
Yeah.
top of the list of things I want to get, because that's small, convenient, it can fit in my satchel, and it'll just live there. And then if I ever get the urge, oh man, you know what? I have a mic here. Let me go ahead and plug that into my phone. Here's the microphone. Let's just chat and talk, and I can record. Because while I love this Blue Yeti mic, it's a heavy beast.
It's big. Yeah.
Right. The mic is big, and then the bass is even bigger and heavier because it needs to be a bass. If it had a cool little small portable handheld type thing that was small and compact, I might travel with it more, but it's a beast. And so it's not, viable, which is why I'm going to get those little lapel mics soon,
I've heard
really,
great
really
things
soon.
about them, by the way.
I have as well. What I have not heard yet, and what I'm trying to find reviews on. And listeners, if you have any information or any links you can send me, let me know. I want to know how they are in loud settings, right?
Okay,
Because
I'm gonna give
I know they're good
you.
for distance,
Yeah.
but if I have it on in, like, if we're at the park, like I've done a couple interviews, in the park with this microphone, and listeners, I've done, go listen to Kelsey or Macarena's interview. They were done in the park, so there's a lot of ambient noise, a lot of background noise. It was kind of hard to. It doesn't obviously filter all the way out. What I'd love to know is that lapel mic really also filter that kind of stuff out as well.
I'm going to give you the name of somebody who I don't mind plugging here because he's a cool dude. He's a magician named Michael O'Brien,
Okay.
Obrien. He actually, fun story for the Disney fans out there, he works he's a professional magician, but he works at Disneyland. And
In
in the Magic
California,
Kingdom, yeah, or Disneyland Park or whatever it's called there,
right?
if you go into the park just as you get to Main Street, USA, right on that first corner on the right is a magic shop. And this magic shop, I think, has been there since the early days of
I've been there.
Disneyland and
I've been in it.
that Magic Kingdom.
It's
He
really cool.
works.
It's one of those types where, you know, if you're a kid and you go in, they show you a bunch of different tricks. It's one of those type of
They
magic
do it
shops.
for
It's really
adults
awesome.
too.
I know.
Because everybody is a kid when you walk through those gates. He works there, but he's a professional magician. Reach out to him, and I'm assuming that he'll be. I have no reason to believe that he won't be super accessible. And if you find him on Facebook, there'll be at least one mutual friend in me, probably some more because you know a bunch of Vegas magician types.
True.
He was on Full Us at least once, if not a couple times. He posted a review not too long ago about the microphone that I'm pretty sure you're talking about. So I would source him as a go-to guy to reach out to and be like, hey, can I ask you a couple very specific questions about that microphone you reviewed some time ago?
Okay.
I've not met him personally, but
Does he
everything
have a
about
YouTube channel or just like
yes,
okay.
yeah, yep. And he's also O'Brien, OBRIEN magic.com, which will probably link to everything else. His YouTube stuff and everything there. He strikes me as, again, haven't met him personally, but have definitely exchanged kind of some ideas and thoughts and
Right.
conversations with him over Facebook or whatnot, as the kind of guy that would have no qualms about answering any of those questions and filling you in on whether
Cool
or
deal.
not it's what you're looking for.
Maybe also get him as a guest on the podcast.
I don't see why not. I'd love
I'll
to
tell you,
talk
I'm
to
all
him.
about. I'm leaning heavy into folks to talk to and chat about um, on a wide variety of topics. I think that's I was been looking at our analytics a little bit
Okay.
here and there, and I've noticed that the majority of our higher um, listened episodes are ones with we have people on it,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And not by a bunch, right? But enough to make me go, okay, maybe we should get some folks on here. And then again, it's that cycle, right? It's that you don't watch a whole lot of TV. I'm currently watching Loki season 2, and the theme of it really is about an Ouroboros, which is the snake eating its own tail.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And so my mind is thinking in that circular nature. It's like, okay, so if we get um, if the bigger we get, the bigger gets we get as guests. The bigger gets we get as guests, the bigger we get.
Yeah.
Doing that loop, and that's a great tongue twister. If you ever need something to warm up before one of your shows, yeah, just say that 5 times fast, and then good luck, and then break a leg.
Time to get big. And the bigger we
Yes.
get, the bigger we get.
The
The
bigger we
bigger
get,
gets we get.
the bigger the get, the bigger we get. The bigger we get, the bigger the get. I like that. That flows. Yes, I'm gonna start saying that as my mantra when I wake up in the morning, and make people look at me weird. I'm gonna say it out loud on the streets in Spain while I'm walking, doing my daily walkabouts.
Speaking of big gets and the bigger we get, I think it's a great time to jump in here and thank those who are helping us get these gets.
Oh, it'd be absolutely wonderful. We have we
I'm
don't
just trying
have.
to change it up. I know we normally do that at the end when
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to
I
do it.
was thinking what we don't have, what we need is our thank you theme song. We need some kind of thank you theme song. So we don't have anything yet. I'll look for something, or we'll reach out to our friend Froyo, see if he can put us to a little ditty. Because right now all we have is like the letters thing, and I don't want to play that.
Yeah.
We could always do. It is hard to look at a celebrity going. Imagine a celebrity just, on the toilet taking a massive dump. But I don't think that accurately describes our Big Sexy World Traveler Patreon members. Um, I don't want to call them celebrity dumpers. So
Look, I'll tell you though, they're not celebrity dumpers, but they are certainly having a hard time right now imagining their favorite celebrity on the can.
exactly. So let's get this is our very own Big Sexy Digital Nomad celebrities. Who we got?
We've got Joshua Tarr, Sebastian Robbins, Lee Popsicle, Michael McKenna, Chris Lowry, who I'm trying to get on here, Bree, Angel, Smitty Scoop, Margaret White, Billy H. from cruisehabit.com, and the illustrious Rainbow Dreamcatcher, the Love Podcast.
Ooh, yay!
Did I get that right? Because it wasn't all written there.
Yes, yes, very
Awesome.
good, very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and the cool thing about that is if you want your name read, you can all you have to do is just go to our Patreon and subscribe, and it's free. You can subscribe for free. If you want all the like extra content, right now it's just a single dollar a month subscription rate. But to join that community, right? And we're gonna really try to build. We'd always talk about building the big sexy digital nomad community of folks who we want to chat, talk back and forth, and express ideas and let us know what you want to hear about and things of that nature. You can go to Patreon and you actually just go to bullwiththebutthole.com and just sign up there. And it doesn't cost anything. That's the beautiful thing they introduced is that you don't have to have a paid tier in order to become a part of the community. If you want additional access, then you just subscribe. But other than that, just start to follow. You can follow us
But
there.
hey, until it gets out of hand, we're going to read your name. So
Yeah.
bring it on. Any way that you guys out there that love this can like share, engage, everything like that. One of the things that I am learning is that there seems to be no rhyme or reason to what makes things take off in the content creation world. So anything that anybody out there listening and loving this stuff can do to kind of help that along, because we all have different sphere of influences. Fun example. All right. The show that we did 2-3 weeks ago at one of the breweries, I managed to get 3 of the folks that I had under hypnosis to come and do testimonials for us.
Awesome.
Um, one of them was, this was a show that was done on a night that the brewery was also doing like a Halloween party, Halloween costume contest. So a lot of the people on
In
stage
costume, yeah.
were in costume, and you'll see that in these testimonials. The video from the hypnosis part of the show is also for sale on online, but forget about that. The first one that I posted that was like, I think the day after the show, young cute girl dressed up in Halloween costume as like a police officer.
Firefighter. I think
That
it was a firefighter. Yeah.
that thing
Was it
from
red?
my no, that one's the newest one that I posted.
Okay.
This is the dark blue one.
Got it.
Um, that thing from my standards, okay? And a lot of people are going to hear this number and be like, that's nothing. Probably true. But compared to what I have posted, within 24 hours, that video had over 2,000 views, which to me was nuts because I don't know that my entire channel had 2,000 views at that point in time. A few days later, I posted the next one, which was a lady who was not as young and cute. It still currently, like over a week later, has 72 views. So night and day difference. And I was like, oh, it's just the cute girl thing. The cute girl thing
Yes.
is what made it take off.
It helps.
So
Did you
two,
now did you get the little, notes, the little hints? Did you get that person's contact information, like Instagram
I did not.
account? Okay, so this is me, a content creator, helping my fellow content creator.
Yes, please.
Make sure you get their Instagram handle
So that I could
so that
tag them in it.
so that you can tag them on the video, so they can in turn share that video with their friends
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
build that up, right? Because otherwise, it's just some rando, and and
Right.
and only your people are seeing it. You want their people to see it as well, and they want to show their people as well.
Yeah, so 2 days ago, I posted the other one, the third one that I have, which is another younger cute girl. This is the one that's in red, and it hasn't blown up, and I was surprised. I'm like, okay, so it's not the young cute girl thing. As far as like hashtags and the way that I put it in there and everything, to me, a luddite that doesn't know what the hell he's doing, clearly it's all the same. Clearly, it's not.
There's
So yeah,
algorithm
anything.
factioning happening. There are things, yeah. So So what
So
we
if you
need, so listeners, yeah, start see if
like
you
it,
see it,
share it.
share it. Exactly, yeah. If you see it, like it, share it,
Yes.
no matter what it is. And that's why that's one thing that I've always mentioned is that like liking and sharing is free. Doesn't
Yeah.
cost you anything, just a couple of clicks, and it's a great way to show support for something you're listening to or involved in and enjoy. And it really helps the people who are doing the thing that you're listening to or involved in and enjoy. Right. So that's a great way to help us out. Like it, share it, subscribe, if you're so inclined, subscribe, um, tag us in it. If you share it, tag us, right? So we can see it, so we can kind of form our own uh, big, sexy
Well,
Ouroboros.
it's another tie for people that might be remotely interested in to find us. Um, we've numbers wise, the numbers have grown,
Yeah,
and then they grow a little bit and then they level off, but they haven't dropped, which is great. So we're going
it's
to
always
keep
a
doing
beautiful thing.
this. Not
Yes.
that there's ever been any question that we're going to keep doing this, but um,
It still
it
keeps fire up under the butt. It still
definitely
gives
feels good when they continue to grow.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then and again, when things start to level off,
She said.
you kind of look at it. You kind of look at it and go, okay, what did so we've hit a scale. What can we do to give it a little again, right? Just a little boof, right, to boost it up a little bit, and then we toy around with some stuff and we get it, and if it starts to grow again, we keep that little in it.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, of course, if you're not sure how to tag us, just tag us at Big Sexy Nomad, right? On the
Basically on
Instagram,
all the major socials, yeah.
right? You can go to Big Sexy Digital Nomad on Facebook, visit our page, join the community there. Like shout out, start talking with the other Big Sexy World travelers. I try to post something every single day on our Instagram. I usually do, like I said, a daily walkabout because I'm also in the process of just trying to make sure I do 10,000 steps every day, or try to average that, for the weekend, average of 10,000 steps a day. That's kind of slowed down a little bit. I did a whole bunch of walking a week and a half ago, a couple weeks ago, and my foot's sore. So I'm not doing as much walking as it were, but I did buy some new shoes. I realized I hadn't bought any new shoes since before we started this journey, and I bought some nice new um, comfortable shoes. Uh, so hopefully that will ease, and I'll get to do some more walking and stuff. We also got to look at getting more clothing because we're starting to hit the colder months now.
Oh yeah.
And we came out here with shorts and t-shirts and light clothing, and everything was great. I'm like, oh well, it is a little bit chilly. I have one hoodie, right? And I'm going, okay, I'm wearing this hoodie a lot. Like I want to change it up just a little. I need to buy at least one more thing, one more zipper jacket or something that Cause we sent all of our shit back. We're also reaching out to our friend. Shout out to Angel. We love you, Angel. To see about going through our stuff, and can you just send us back out a small package of our heavier items? You know what I mean? Just a couple sweatshirts here and there. Um, Also do some clothes shopping and see what we have to get out here. And stay
Sweet.
tuned and keep a lookout for the holiday um, content coming. November 24th is the lighting ceremony for all the stuff, and I'll plan to be there at that. So put that on your calendar and be on the lookout on the social medias for that. It's going to be phenomenal. I can already tell because I've taken pictures of the stuff. Like they're getting ready for it. They already have things set up and everything. And those, like, I'm excited about it. Like this is the first time in a long time I've been excited about seeing Christmas decorations set up and like
Yeah.
on display. Because again, we celebrate Christmas in the U.S. often, right? Every year at least, and there tend to be big displays. People go out on their houses, and we lived in Vegas, so the botanical garden in the conservatory at Bellagio was always a cool place to look at pictures.
For sure.
Resort Worlds had a lovely Christmas display last year, which we took
I've
a
still
little
not been to
picture
Resorts
at.
World.
Well, no, really?
Yeah.
You've been to Vegas several times since it's been there. You didn't stop by on your last mega excursion of bouncing around from casino to
No,
casino.
sure didn't.
Well, next time you go to Vegas, so what? The next time you go to Vegas will be in 2024, yeah? Because you're not going again this year, right?
I don't believe so.
Do you have New Year's plans? Do you have New Year's Eve plans?
We're going to be on that boat.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. Right. Fireworks on a boat. We talked about that last episode. Um, cool. Well, yeah. So be on the lookout for that kind of stuff in November, uh, and then of course I'll be getting ready for the post and holiday stuff, and we'll have a Christmas party, something or other, and then we're also doing our annual Christmas party in January, which hopefully we don't have to leave. Hopefully we'll be celebrating the Barry Whites gets to stay in Spain and our annual Christmas party in January. But if we do have to leave, it'd be like right around the same time. So it's like, okay, we have to leave again, we'll be back type of party. So we'll see. Yeah,
Cool,
and then
cool.
yeah, I think that's everything, right? That's everything that we need to
Yeah,
plug.
yeah.
Oh, we got a merch store. Oh, we got to remember to plug our merch store.
That's
Where
right.
is Big Sexy? WEAR, like you're wearing Big Sexy. and yeah, everything else in the meantime. Safe travels.
Safe travels.